Oh, man. I'm sleepy. Holy smokes. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Coffee Talk. I hope that everybody had a beautiful Christmas. Those of you celebrating Hanukkah, I hope that it has been wonderful. Everybody's in like a total Christmas hangover from all of the noise and family and wrapping paper and garbage and cleanup and food and sugar and all of that. We had a beautiful Christmas. It was wonderful. No complaints. And put the kids to bed last night. Michael and I just got to like hang out together and like the old days, you know, before we had kids, we sat out on the deck and had a drink, final drink of the night, and just talked, and it was nice. It was really nice. Okay, so you know, there are different types of toxic people, and there is the toxic social climber that I find the most interesting. People who you know have a moral compass, they just set it down when they are in situations where they need to earn points or win friends. So they engage in behaviors like gossiping and, you know, isolation, leaving people out, or making fun of the lowest person on the totem pole so that, you know, they can somehow achieve a certain status with the perceived cool kids. And I find myself dealing with these people. And I recognize the behavior because I used to do the behavior. I used to be the queen of this club. Come sit with me if you have something mean to say about somebody else. I swear I was the old lady from Steel Magnolia. What was her name? Weezer? That was me. If you have nothing nice to say about somebody, come sit next to me. And I, you know, they don't want the people that I'm talking about don't want to be morally compromised. They just find themselves in oftentimes social or professional settings where it benefits them to leave people out, to be mean, to gossip, whatever it is. And they do it because the situation that they're in, they feel can somehow project them forward, right? And sometimes it does. How many times have you sat around and watched behavior in other people and went, why is she being rewarded in her life? Why is she finding love and making friends and being skinny and all of these things when she's like a shitty person? Like when she engages in these behaviors, why does she have any reward in her life? Those rewards are fleeting. When they're built on toxic elimination of other people, it's fleeting. That it's not real. I know because I was that way. I know because I was that way. It is a lot harder to be the person who stands up against bullying or gossip or whatever, or injustice, and wants to be the person that, you know, who's for inclusion. That is not sexy a lot of times. It is sexier to be the girl who stands with the other girls and has a drink and makes fun of the one being left out. That's unfortunately a lot of times how people get forward socially or professionally. So I want to tell you, if you have a friend who engages in this type of behavior, right? It's really very simple. You just simply say to them, listen, there are two ways that you can behave. One of the ways, I will go with you. And one of the ways, you will be by your damn self. You choose. It's really the social pressure to be toxic toxically isolating to other people is great. It's especially for our kids. Like, our kids especially feel the pressure to leave people out, to bully, to gossip, to whatever, because it makes them feel like they can fit in with the cool kids. If we as adults and mothers don't model that behavior for them, if we don't show them what inclusion looks like, if we don't walk the walk every day and go, look, I may if I leave this person out, if I gossip about her or whatever at work, I may advance, or I may get to hang out with the cooler people or whatever. If we don't say, but I'm going to follow my moral compass and I'm not going to do that because it doesn't feel good, how can we expect our children to do it? And let me tell you this. If they gossip to you, they will gossip about you. And I will fall on the sword and be a martyr for these lessons all the time, because I am telling you, I was this person. And if I was gossiping to you, I was definitely gossiping about you. Because gossip's gossip. It's what they do. That is what they do. That's why they are gossips, right? That's what it is. So, I have found that it is easy to get sucked into compromising your moral compass because you can somehow justify it. Like, I'm not really hurting anyone. I'm just talking about this one person at work because it'll get me in with the cooler people at work. But are they really cooler? Are they? Kindness is so much cooler than toxic isolation. Like, people who are toxically isolating. I don't know if that's a real word, but I just made it up. What you practice is what you become. And let me tell you this I know in my 40 years, men do not find that behavior attractive. They don't. Men are so much more hip to us than we think they are. When we say something passive aggressive about another woman in hopes that our man will somehow validate us, when we go, oh, did you see what so-and-so was wearing? She looked so whatever. Men don't go, yeah, she did. She looked so whatever. And you look beautiful. Men go, why is my girl feeling insecure? Why does my girl feel like she needs to make fun of that chick? Men are not, they're so much more hip to our behaviors. They know what that is. Okay, so I say all of this to say to you, I understand the social pressure when they say, hey, you're not going to believe this, whatever. And I'm not saying that I never do it, because I would be lying. I'm not saying that I have never pulled a friend over and been like, okay, this you got to hear. We've all done it. What I'm saying is, be mindful of your moral compass. Be mindful of it, and don't set it down for anybody. Pull the steam out of their sails. When they come to you and they go, oh my God, so when you go to work and you're in the break room making coffee and they're like, oh, so I heard Rachel, blah, 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 blah. Say, you know what? Oh, I'm doing this new thing. I'm protecting my peace. Because I believe at the end of the rainbow, there's a big pot of gold and I want to fight for it. So I'm just la, la, la. Make it a joke. I'm not interested. Whatever. Because it is hard to stand up to that. Because when you take the wind out of the sails of a gossip, they typically turn their gossip towards you. Because they feel embarrassed. People don't want to be called out on their stuff. They don't want you to acknowledge that they've put their moral compass down. Tell them to pick it back up. Put it in their hand. Hold it like you hold your phone all day. Hold your moral compass. It's really very simple. Model the behavior you want to see in your children. I struggle with it sometimes. There are days where I'm like, ooh, my moral compass feels very far away from me right now. My biggest struggle really is not those types of things. My personal cross to bear is overreaction, is reaction in general. I am a reactor. Somebody hurts me, I want to react and hurt them 5,000 times worse. So that is my cross to bear. But I deal with these people who want to come to me, especially because I have a little notoriety and they feel like that would be the way to sort of bond with me, is mutually talking about someone we both don't like. And what that does is it says you don't really respect me because you know the journey I'm on, but you're going to come to me with gossip and tempt me with that behavior and encourage me to put my moral compass down because you want to find common ground with me. If you really love me and you want me to walk the walk, you wouldn't try to get me to compromise my moral compass because I'm as susceptible to the behavior as anybody else. So it's sort of like, you know, if somebody's trying to quit smoking, you're not going to walk up to them with a cigarette because you want to hang out with them and hand them a cigarette, right? So if you know that anybody is trying really hard to be better in their life, to have personal growth in their life, to like make strides and be a better example for their kids and whatever, coming to them with gossip is like coming to somebody who's trying to quit smoking with a cigarette. It's destructive behavior. It's counterintuitive. It's all of those things. Don't sabotage people who are trying to be better. So be mindful of that. Be mindful of your own moral compass. If all you have in common with me is a mutual enemy, that does not make you a friend of mine. Know that. Anyway, so I just wanted to say that because I know a lot of you are dealing with that. People who, you know, you feel the social pressure to be part of that behavior. And I'm here to tell you that I love you too, Abby Farron. It is easy to feel the social pressure to work in a hair salon or a school or a bank or a store or wherever and feel like if you're not in on that bullying sort of isolation mentality, then you'll be the victim of it yourself. But if we don't start somewhere, if somebody doesn't take the lead on the moral compass and say, you know what, I don't really want to be part of this, it'll never end. It'll never stop. When I stopped doing it, it was very disruptive for people because we had built whole relationships and friendships on isolating others. Think about that. Whole relationships were formed on the gossip of others and isolation of others. So when I decided I didn't want to be that person anymore, people did not know what to do with themselves. They were like, how do we be friends with Jamie now? She like wants to be nice and makes us feel bad about our shitty behavior. Well, yeah, because I'm not trying to make you feel bad. I'm just letting you know I don't want to do it anymore. And as a mom with 2 girls, and my son, but he's not as susceptible to it, I don't want my daughters to be followers of that behavior. I want them to be followers of, I don't mind if they're followers at school. They don't have to be leaders. But I do not want them to be followers of people who are isolationists, people who want to leave people out and make fun of them and bully them and gossip about them. I don't want my girls following that. So if I didn't stop it in my own life, how could I expect it from my kids? You know what I mean? So when they come to you, did you ever put a glass jar on a candle? Flame goes out and just fills with hot smoke. That's what you got to do. As soon as they come to you, find a way that you are comfortable, that doesn't feel confrontational to you. Find a way to let them know in the new year, new you. You don't want to just engage in that behavior anymore. Tell them you're part of the new 2017 Kindness Coalition. Make it up. Say, oh, I paid all this money to join this kindness coalition and I've taken this like pledge, so I can't like gossip or do anything. I'll let you know how it goes. I don't know. Just make something up and get yourself out of the situation. And if they turn it on you, so be it, because at the end of the day, does it really matter what they say about you? They don't pay your bills. They're not sleeping with you. They're not God. So it's only 3 things that I I always go like, whatever you're saying about me, are you God? Definitely not. We know that. Are you sleeping with me? No, but you probably wish you were. And are you paying my bills? No, but I'm happy to let you. All right. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being part of my Kindness Coalition in 2017 that I just started right now, right here. Just thank you all who share my videos every day and help spread the message. I can't wait till we get to 500,000 on this page because I have a huge surprise for you. And I want to just say about George Michael that I'm never going to dance again because these guilty feet have got no rhythm. And I am so sad that he died. And I am so tired of people dying in 2016. Stop dying! I'm going to find Lionel Richie and like put him in a safe man cave. Anyway, I love you guys. I know that you know that I do, but I do. I love you so much. And I will see you later. Have a great day.